Welcome back, everybody. My name is Eltimar, and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Planescape Torment. Where we left off last time, we had just finished the southeast portion of the Hive, and now we are back in the southwest. You may recognize this place as the market area where we got most of our mage stuff accomplished, but now we're going to do a little bit more of an in-depth exploration of the area, talk to some people, and see where we're going to go from there. So, first off, we're going to talk to Ashmantle, who should be around here somewhere, right there. He is for one of the quests that we have. You see a dustman in long black robes and a pale face. Unlike the dustman you saw about the mortuary, however, this man looks confused and is glancing about as if looking for something. When he spots you, he raises his hand to attract your attention. Greetings. The man seems relieved that you are speaking to him. He bows slightly. Thank you for hearing me, traveler. I am known as Ashmantle, one of the Dustman's sect. I was wondering if you could direct me. I don't know the area very well. I'm looking for a certain establishment, a bar that those of my sect frequent. Do you know of such a place? Sect? You're a Dustman, don't you mean faction? The Dustman nods. Well, yes, faction. I meant faction, sect, faction. They're much the same thing, really. Do you happen to know of this bar my faction frequents? You know, there's been talk that there's a pickpocket masquerading as a dustman around here. Maybe you know him. The man looks at you innocently, but you see him tense up. I'm sorry? You're no dustman. You're a pickpocket. Ashmantle suddenly takes off running. Damn it. Alright. We did have to kill him. That was part of our quest. We have now killed the fake dustman. We can go turn that quest in the northeast portion of the Hive a little bit later on. There is a woman named Iron Knowles, sorry. This broad-shouldered woman is shuffling about amongst huge beams lying on the street. She kicks at the beams with iron-shod boots. Every once in a while, she bends down and wrenches a nail from one of the boards with her bare hands. She holds each one up, appraising it, then drops it into a leather sling bag. Greetings. She straightens up, hearing your approach. She's smiling politely, but from her stance and the way her hand rests close to the hilt of her weapon, you can see she's ready for trouble. You notice one of her eyes has a milky film over it. That's close enough there, Cutter. What do you need from me? I had some questions, actually. She nods. Ask away. What are you doing? She rolls her eyes. What did it look like I was doing, Burke? Collecting nails. She acts gently, shaking her head. Laughs, not lacks. Where's all this wood come from? She shrugs. Here and there, I suppose. Sometimes Dabis has dropped the stuff off, and I go through it before another pack comes to fetch it away. Probably rubble from buildings or walls they're putting up or tearing down. I had other questions. I'm looking for a man named Farad. She nods. I heard the name I have. Heard of a pack of collectors, or so I hear it. Not sure where a body'd find him, though. You may want to try Ragpicker Square. It's north and west of here. A whole mess of collectors called Kip there. I see. Any other questions we want to ask her? Not really. She's not super useful in terms of information. We do have one more person to go talk to up here, named Reekwind. Hello, Reekwind. This man is looking at you with a strange, bug-eyed stare. His eyes are huge, so huge they look ready to pop out of his sockets and roll across the cobblestones. He nods eagerly as you approach, bobbing his head like a bird. And as you near him, you suddenly notice the smell of urine and feces surrounds him. Greetings. The man sniffles, wiping his nose on his sleeve, then opens his mouth to reveal blackened, rotted gums. Stories for a coin, sirrah. His breath reeks. It smells like this man has been keeping rotten meat stored inside of his mouth. Stories for a coin. Who are you, and why do you smell so terrible? The man snorts, thick with phlegm. Names. Who are you? Who are you? His head does a slight twitch every time he repeats himself. Names. Dangerous. He glances at the ground and stirs the dirt with his foot. Dangerous? Knowing a name or being stuck with one, both a mess of trouble. He looks back up at you. My name is a given name, not one I asked for. Reekwind. Once again you become conscious of his reeking breath and the smell of urine and feces that surround him. A given name. An appropriate name. Not my true name. Reekwind mumbles on, his head twitching every time he says name. A true name's a dangerous thing. It gives others power. He stares at you with his huge eyes and wags his finger. Keep your name secret. Keep it close. Never let it out. What do you mean? Names are like smells. Things can track you with them. Reekwind coughs, his eyes almost popping out of his skull as he does so. His cough seems to loosen his bowels, for he breaks wind loudly, as if to accentuate his point. If someone knows a true name, it gives them power. He licks his lips, the power to hurt. I don't know my true name. Reekwind's eyes widen. Seeing his eyeballs bulge even larger makes you uneasy. Then you are blessed. Blessed. Remain nameless, and you shall be as a spirit on the plains, untraceable, untrackable, unseen, undiscovered. He smacks his gums wetly. A name chosen, a name given. It allows others to find you and hurt you. Have you been hurt? Requin gives a twitching nod, then scratches himself. Let my name slip once. Once. Only once. Only once. His eyes film over as if the memory is painful, then glances at you uneasily. Tell you the story I can. I will. But 3 coppers must I see. His face splits into a smile as he says the word coppers, and his reeking breath hits you like a hammer. Alright, fine here. Requin gets into a stance, looks left, looks right, then faces you. His face clenches, but then with a grunt he breaks wind again. The smell nearly levels you, but he takes no notice. Sorry, fart jokes. Cursed eye. Walk the woods in splendor. He stands up stiffly, nose high in the air. He saunters back and forth, nodding to invisible passers-by. I'm just going to listen.
Updated my journal.
Requin freezes, his arms akimbo, cross paths with a crossed one. Had the look of a pumpkin. His seeds, curses. Requin then thrusts his belly out to appear fat. Slicks back his hair with his filthy palm so he looks almost bald and begins drumming his fingers on his fat belly. He then walks about, circling the spot where his stuffy other class persona used to be. All a jumble with curses this one was. With a sneer and a careless gesture, Requin tosses an invisible curse to the stuffy persona. I'm going to continue to listen. Knew my name. Let it slip I had. All it took. Took it all. He stiffens again, inhaling deeply and resuming his upper class persona. The persona suddenly crumples, and Requin breaks wind violently, then exhales, filling the air with his foul, ranking breath. This sounds like the worst conversation ever to have with somebody. Cursed with stenches, smells, excrement. Came here to tell tales. All good for now. Now Requin is the name. Given name. Goodbye, Requin. You are stinky. Very stinky. Alright, let's see, we need to go to... There is the Office of Disease Control in this area, I just remembered. It's right down here.
Alright.
Now, the thing about this place is we haven't actually met any of the bounties that they're going to want us to find. They're going to want us to find cranium. We're in combat. Dakon, where are you? Get down here and fight. Stop hitting my main character. He can't take hits.
Alright.
Alright, so they're going to want us to find cranium rats, which are really weird and neat. Look at the floor. It's all warped. This place needs to be repaired a little bit. So this is Phineas T. Lort, the 39th. You see a squat man with a rash-covered skin and several pustules covering his face. His clothes seem to mark him as some sort of an official, but they are dirty, wrinkled and covered with rat hair. Ew. As you watch, he idly scratches himself with his stubby fingers. Greetings. Aye! The little man shrieks and jumps, startled. Actually, it's more like, aye! Not an aye. Clutching his heart, he takes a deep breath and pushes his spectacles up on his rash-ridden nose. Yes, yes? And what is it that I can do for you? He scratches his nose and looks you up and down, studying your scars. Aye, have little to nothing in the till, so if you came to plunder the premises, this locale is ill-chosen. I'm not here to plunder the premises. Who are you? I am the revered Phineas T. Lort the 39th. I am in charge of this Hive branch for the Office of Vermin and Disease Control. It is my distinguished privilege, he scratches his chest and puffs up, to inform you that we, in the bureaucratic sense of the word, we, meaning to accomplish the sigil bureaucracy as a whole, are accepting bounties on all matter of vermin and strays that infest the fair streets of Sigil, hub of the multiverse, and the city which sits in the center of all things, the city by which all other cities are measured. Bounties?
Updated my journal.
Yes, we, in the bureaucratic sense of the word we, meaning to encompass the sigil bureaucracy as a whole, are accepting tangible proof of the eradication of brain vermin, aka cranium rats, from the Hive area, where they have clustered quite thickly for the past many years. As a recent census of the vermin population has shown, I am empowered by the Sigilian bureaucracy to pay a bounty of, he puffs up dramatically, 1 copper common per cranium rat, delivered to my branch office. That's it. Cranium rat. Cranium rats are a species of vermin that become more intelligent the more of them are in close proximity to each other. 1 cranium rat alone is but a nuisance that chews at boards and burrows into food, but 5, 10 or more, and their intelligence grows until it surpasses even the intelligence of one such as myself. Scratches and sniffs disdainfully. I imagine that 2 or 3 cranium rats might be enough to outwit you, sir. I kind of want to say another comment like that and you'll be wearing your ass as a hat, but how many cranium rats are in sigil? More than enough to last a bounty hunter a lifetime. Perhaps several. Alright, so he wants us to find cranium rats, but only 1 copper each. That's kind of weak. We've already talked... Really? Already in combat again? Alright, let's do this thing. Wow, that guy just got pounded on. Alright, Hive Thug number 2, let's do this. And Hive Thug number 3. Luckily we are the right class, so gaining experience for killing thugs is kind of an ideal situation for us. We're gonna give Dakon some junk to carry. We should probably go to a store and not sell that. What's this? 1 to 3 versus 1 to 4, and 1 to 3 versus 1 to 4, so these are sellable as well. That's also 1 to 3, it's a stiletto. We'll keep a pry bar. We definitely want to keep one of those. We also want to keep the hammer that Morta's carrying. Oops. And I think that's pretty much all we need to keep on us. And the scalpel. We'll keep the scalpel just in case. You never know what kind of things you're going to need in this game. That's why selling things isn't ideal in this game, but you do what you can. So we've already talked to the crier of... oh, there's a corpse here. Clutch charm. Nice. We've already talked to the Essanon person. He was down here somewhere. Can't remember exactly where we talked to him. That was down here. Collector, I don't know, somewhere around there. We'll find him again later on when we need to. We told him that we would make sure that his city is remembered forever. So the last place to check in here, this is why this is going to be a fairly quick video. This area isn't particularly big. We've already talked to most of the merchants, and now we have Braskin to talk to. In a loud, booming voice, Braskin asks, "What in the name of the abyss are you doing in my house? Leave now before I make you even more ugly than you already are." And so we leave. We don't have anything to do with him quite yet. It's for a quest that we get in the northwestern portion of the Hive, so we will go talk to him again at some point in time. For now, though, I'm actually going to just go back to the northeast portion of the Hive in this video, just to show you guys how to do the Essos quest. Or Essanon quest, I should say, sorry. Because we need to memorialize it, and since it is technically part of this district, sort of, we'll do it really quickly. And also we're only like 12 minutes, so we may as well just burn through it as much as possible. Alright, so we're going to come up to the Dustman Memorial. And I'm going to take a delicious drink of water, which I might add is not fruit punch today. Death of Names is who we're going to talk to. We're going to say greetings. We're going to bury a name, and we're going to bury the name Essanon. The coppers fall into the Death of Name's hand, and he tucks his arm back to his side. His eyes, now suddenly alive, roll to the back of his head, then snap forward and begin scanning the monolith and walls of the memorial area. Wait. He catches sight of a spot on the wall, and he quickly scuttles over to it, hunches down, and then begins to chip at the wall. He stops a few minutes later, hops up, and then returns to you. Buried. The words has a finality about it that makes you uncomfortable. Lucky to bury another name. Quentin. Oh, we can't bury him yet. Okay. Can we bury Dianara? Oh, it's already buried. Okay. Can we bury Doll? Not dead. Okay, that's all we got for names to bury so far. Quentin is right there. We can't quite bury him. Now, we're going to go to Journal and do quests. We have to remove Requin's curse. We will do that eventually. We got the Dustman, so we did track down that thief. Let's go turn that quest in as well while we're here. So we killed the thief Dustman. He tried to run and we cut him down. And so we're going to go talk to Emmerich, who's over here. We're going to get some experience for this. I had some questions for you. Maybe it wasn't him. No, it wasn't. Sorry, it was, what's his name? Naroge. Where'd he go? Not Emmerich. Naroge sent us. There we go. We found the not Dustman. He's too busy being dead to pickpocket anyone again. Naroge's lines of worry smooth out as you speak. Thanks, give I. He reaches into his robes and draws forth a small bag, which he hands to you. Copper coin, 200. Thanks, glad I could help. Farewell. Now we'll go talk to Emmerich one more time. I spoke with Niraj and did it as he asked. You have done as I had asked. Do you wish to continue your initiation? Sure, why not? I would like to see more of the Dustman faction. I have another test. Seek one of our initiates, awaiting death. He is here in the bar. He reaches for the true death out of passion. If he persists, it shall remain forever out of reach. Speak to him, and see if he can be helped. I already spoke to him about it. I would know of what you spoke of. He has chosen life over death for now. I would know your thoughts on awaiting death's choice. He is a Dustman. He has learned his lesson. You spoke with the initiate awaiting death. Your thoughts on initiate awaiting death are known to me. You have done as I have asked. I have another task. There is another I wish you to speak to here at the bar. Her name is Seer. Seer is an initiate of the 5th circle. And Merc falls silent for a moment. She no longer holds Dustman teachings as she once did. Her heart is bitter. One would know why. I've already spoken to her too. The fever she was stricken with a half-month ago has made her afraid of death. She blames the Dustman. I would know what you said to her. I told her that her fear and doubt has defined her. She is not a Dustman. You have done as I have asked. Do you wish to continue your initiation? Yes, there is more I would learn about the Dustman faction. I wish to continue with the tests. An initiate of the 5th circle, Sogo, has undertaken missionary service for the Dustman. Emmerich falls silent for a moment. You don't know whether he is trying to make a point or whether he's confused. His path is not known to me, nor the faction. I would know his whereabouts. Isn't Sogo at the mortuary? No longer. His departure was sudden. I'll go look for him then. I had some questions first. I don't have any more questions, actually. We'll go find Sogo in a different video, actually. He's not around just yet. I'm surprised we didn't get a level. We got a lot of experience going for us that time. I guess we're a ways away. 20,000 to level up. Another... So how many do we need? We need 7,742 for our main character. We need 4,659 for Mort. And then we need a whopping... Oh, he's a multi-class character, right? He actually has mage spells too. So let's give him some mage... Oh, right, he has... Right, he has those weird scripture things. I remember now. They're pretty cool abilities though, like Rain of Anger is a magic missile. Submerge the Will is... armor class. He also has Scripture of Steel, gives +1 to hit and +1 to saves of all creatures that are friendly, so I'm going to grab that probably. And this is going to be a curse that you put on other creatures that makes them less likely to hit and easier to hit. So those are pretty cool abilities. He also has some level 2 ones. We'll go into those later on. But for now, I think we're pretty well done with this video. In the next one, we're going to be going to the northwestern portion of the Hive. We're going to finish that off. Maybe we'll go find Sogo. We'll see how long it takes to do the northwest portion. It's not a very long area either, so we'll see how that goes. Like always, if you guys have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video.